What if I told you your life isn't controlled by motivation, but by tiny invisible forces called habits? The biggest changes in your life won't come from big decisions, but from small daily choices you barely notice. Welcome to the power of atomic habits, the science of how to change your life, one small step at a time. In this audiobook-style summary of Atomic Habits by James Clear, you'll discover the 4 laws of behavior change. Not just how habits work, but how to actually build ones that stick. Whether you want to wake up earlier, get fitter, read more, or focus better. It all starts with understanding the invisible system running your life. Let's break it down and build you a better version of yourself.
Headphone Part 1. Big change starts with a small win. You must have thought at some point that to change your life, you need to take a big decision. But think about it. What if just one small win every day is enough? James Clear says, getting just 1% better every day makes you 37 times better by the end of the year. Just imagine one tiny habit, like reading a book for 10 minutes before going to bed. In the beginning, it doesn't feel like much, but after a month, that habit becomes a rewiring of your brain. This book, Atomic Habits, says exactly this. Success doesn't come from one big moment. It comes from small wins repeated every day. James Clear himself went through the darkest phase of his life after a terrible accident. He had lost his identity. His confidence was gone. But in that moment, he picked one small habit, going to the gym. That habit became his anchor. And around that one habit, he rebuilt his entire life. Now just think, if a man who was physically broken, mentally exhausted, could change his whole world with one small habit, then why can't we? This book's first and most important lesson is, tiny habits bring massive changes. Just like how a compass, if it shifts even by 1 degree, takes you to a completely different destination after a few kilometers. In the same way, your small choices, small actions, become a huge impact in the long run. Now the big question is, how do we build such habits? How do we break bad ones? That's where James gives us a simple framework, the 4 laws of habit formation. In the next part, we'll talk about what is the psychology of habits? How does the loop of every habit work? And how can you use that loop in your own favor? Let's meet in the next part. And yes, if you feel this message might help someone you care about, do share it with them. Folded hands.
Headphone Part 2, Habit Loop, the formula behind your habits. Have you ever noticed some things you do without even thinking? The moment you wake up, your hand reaches out for your phone. Or the moment you feel stress, you instantly crave something sweet or spicy. This is the magic of the habit loop. James Clear says, every habit works in 4 steps. 1. Cue, a trigger. 2. Craving, the desire born out of that trigger. 3. Response, your action. 4. Reward, the result or the relief of that action. Let's take a simple example. Your alarm rings in the morning. Cue. You want to get rid of that sleepy feeling, craving. You pick up your phone and start scrolling. Response. Your brain gets a small dopamine hit from those notifications. Reward. That's it. The brain has learned. If I get my phone after the alarm, it feels good. Next morning, the loop repeats itself. James tells us, if we want to control our habits, we first need to understand this loop. If you change your cue, or make the reward less exciting, the entire habit system gets shaken. Let me tell you a real story. The U.S. Army studied soldiers' habit loops to predict their behavior in war zones. When a specific smell or sound occurred, soldiers would automatically react without thinking. That same soldier, if he was in a shopping mall, would stay completely normal. But in a battlefield, same cue, same response. This shows how powerful the habit loop is. Whether the battlefield or a bedroom, it works everywhere. So now you get it? A habit isn't some magic, it's a formula. And once you understand the formula, Whether you want to build a habit or break one, you'll find a way. The next part is going to be even more interesting. We'll talk about the connection between your goals and your identity, and how you can transform yourself using identity-based habits.
Part 3. Identity. Who are you? Ask yourself, why do most people fail at changing their habits? The answer is simple. They try to change the result, not the root. They say, I want to lose weight. I want to earn more money. I want to be productive. But what they forget is, behind every permanent change, there's a change in identity. James Clear explains, there are 3 layers of behavior change. 1. Outcomes. I want to run a marathon. 2. Processes. I will run every morning. 3. Identity. I am a runner. Most people start with outcome. Few work on the process. But very few think, how can I change the way I see myself? Here's the magic. Once your identity changes, your habits follow naturally. Let's say you're trying to quit smoking. Someone offers you a cigarette. You say, no thanks, I'm trying to quit. Versus, no thanks, I'm not a smoker. The first one still identifies as a smoker. The second one has changed his identity. Same situation, same decision, but completely different mindset. That's the power of identity-based habits. If you want to become a writer, don't just write a book. Start seeing yourself as, I'm the kind of person who writes daily. Every small action becomes a vote for the kind of person you want to be. So stop asking, what result do I want? Start asking, who do I want to become? Because once your identity shifts, your behavior doesn't need to be forced. It flows. In the next part, we'll explore how to build good habits using the first law. Make it obvious. How small design changes in your environment can shape your success. If you're loving this journey so far, make sure to follow the channel and share this with someone who's trying to build better habits.
Part 4. Make it obvious. James Clear says, you can only change something once you notice it. What does that mean? People often say, I don't even realize when I start procrastinating. Or, what can I do? My habits have become automatic. And that's the real problem. To change anything, you first need to see it clearly. James suggests a tool called the Habit Scorecard. Here, you write down your daily habits. For example, waking up, checking your phone, brushing your teeth, reading the news, eating junk food, skipping the gym, next to each habit, right? Plus, if it's helpful, if it's harmful, equal sign, if it's neutral. When you write down and review your daily routine, you get a mirror of your habits. And only then can you decide, should I keep this habit or break it? The next step is implementation intention. James says, when you create a clear plan for a habit, your chances of success double. This means no vague plans like, I'll go to the gym sometime. Instead, right, I will go to the gym at 7 a.m. in my building's basement. Time plus location equal to clarity. Another trick is habit stacking. Here, you attach a new habit to an existing one. For example, as soon as I make tea, I will meditate for 2 minutes. This stack sticks in your brain easily because it's connected to a familiar routine. So what's the summary? Observe your habits. Make a habit scorecard. Set a clear intention. And stack new habits on old ones. In the next part, we'll talk about how to make a habit attractive. And yes, if you're still listening, that means you genuinely want to improve your life. So, out of self-respect, start one small positive habit from today.
Part 5. Make habits attractive. Law 2. Make it attractive. Imagine you have to do something that feels boring, like waking up early or eating healthy. What happens? Your brain immediately tries to avoid it. James Clear says, we do what feels exciting, and we repeat what gives a reward. So if we make the habit attractive, forming it becomes much easier. Let's look at some techniques. White heavy check mark 1. Temptation bundling. This is a powerful hack. The idea is simple. Link something you enjoy with something you want to become a habit. Remember the formula. I'll only enjoy fun thing after I do habit. Examples. I'll walk on the treadmill only while watching Netflix. I'll drink green tea only when I'm listening to my favorite podcast. This way, even a boring habit becomes appealing, because your brain starts associating it with a reward. White heavy checkmark 2. Social circle influence. You become like the people around you. If you join a group that lives a healthy lifestyle, you'll automatically start picking up health-conscious habits. James says, join a culture where your desired behavior is the normal behavior. So if you want to build a reading habit, join a group of readers. Want fitness? Be part of a walking or gym group. Your environment and the people in it silently guide your behavior. White heavy checkmark 3. Visualization and anticipation. Another great technique is this. Feel the reward of the habit, even before doing it. Imagine, if you meditate daily, how light and calm your mind would feel. That peace, that focus. Even imagining the feeling becomes a motivation in itself. Magnifying glass tilted left real example. There's a popular Reddit group. 52 books a year. People share their reading progress, have discussions, and the group's energy keeps everyone motivated. Many say, it's easier to build a habit when you're not alone, but doing it with auth.
Part 6. Make a habit so easy that not doing it feels hard. Law 3. Make it easy. Now imagine, you decide that from today, you'll go to the gym for 1 hour every day, or read 20 pages of a book daily. But within a week, your motivation starts fading away. Why? Because the habit was too difficult. James Clear says, habits are not about motivation. They are about simplicity, meaning the easier something is, the more likely we are to repeat it. Let's see how. 1. The 2-minute rule. This rule is brilliant. James says, any new habit should take less than 2 minutes to do. The habit should be so small, there's zero resistance in starting it. Examples. Read 1 page instead of read for 30 minutes. Do 1 push-up instead of workout for an hour. Open the notebook instead of write a full journal entry. The point is, once you start, continuing becomes easier. It's like, open the gate, the rest flows automatically. 2. Reduce friction. The more frictionless a habit is, the smoother it feels. Example, want to go for a morning walk? Keep your shoes next to the bed at night. Want to build a reading habit? Keep your phone away and keep a book next to you. James says, design your environment so good behavior becomes the default behavior. The less you have to think, the better. 3. Use technology smartly. Technology can help build habits or destroy them. Example, a Google engineer built a one-click meditation app for himself. No login, no timer, just 1 click and it starts. Result? His meditation usage increased 5x. The point is, remove every barrier that comes between you and your good habit. Real-world reflection. Most people don't fail because they lack willpower. They fail because their system is too complex. James says, standardize before you optimize. First, make the habit so easy.
Part 7. A habit must feel good. Law 4. Make it satisfying. James Clear says, we repeat habits that give us an immediate reward. The problem is, good habits give results later, and bad habits give instant rewards. Examples, eating junk food tastes great instantly, but regret follows. Go to the gym? You'll see results after 2 months, but feel pain on day 1. So the question is, how do we make good habits instantly rewarding? 1. Habit tracker, daily reward. A simple action. Take a calendar or use a habit tracking app. Every day you complete a habit, put a big tick mark on it. James says, don't break the chain. Just seeing that streak gives your brain instant satisfaction and forms a reward cycle. Even if it's a small habit, as long as the daily tick continues, your motivation stays alive. 2. Use reinforcement, tiny joys. Right after doing your habit, give yourself a small reward. Examples: finished meditating, enjoy your favorite herbal tea, completed reading, take a short walk or a music break, hit the gym, stand in front of the mirror and appreciate your body for 5 minutes. Feel the confidence. The point is, your brain should instantly receive a feel-good signal. 3. Make it public. Share your progress with a friend, group, or online tracker. When people see that you're disciplined, you receive appreciation, and your mind gets even more motivated. Accountability plus praise equals a powerful reward system. Real-life example. A writer used to drop a marble in a glass jar every day after writing 100 words. Slowly, the jar filled up. Each marble was a reward for him, visual, physical, and satisfying. James Clear says, "Immediate satisfaction is what seals the deal." Whether a habit is small or big, if it doesn't feel good, it won't last. So don't make good habits boring. Make them delightful.
Part 8. Become an identity, not just a habit. The true power of atomic habits. Identity. James Clear says, "The goal is not to read a book. The goal is to become a reader. The goal is not to run. The goal is to become a runner." Which means don't focus on the result, focus on the identity. 1. Habit is a vote for who you are. Every small habit is a vote. A vote for the kind of person you want to become. For examples, when you read 1 page, you're casting a vote for becoming a reader. When you do 1 push-up, you're stepping toward being a fit person. When you put your phone aside at night and go to sleep, you're becoming a disciplined person. Every day, you're either strengthening your old identity or developing a new one. 2. Ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to become? Forget goals. First ask, what kind of person do I want to become? Then adopt a small habit every day that aligns with that identity. James Clear says, you become your habits. Your habits are how you embody your identity. 3. Identity change is long-lasting. If you only chase results, then failure kills your motivation. But when you work on your identity, the habit becomes a natural part of you. For examples, I'm a disciplined person. Procrastination reduces. I am a spiritual being. Meditation feels natural. I am a leader. Communication becomes stronger. Final thought. James Clear says, small habits don't just change what you do. They change who you are. And when you shift your identity, your habits stay with you for life. Final message for the listener. Now you know the 4 laws of atomic habits. 1. Make it obvious. 2. Make it attractive. 3. Make it easy. 4. Make it satisfying. But the biggest lesson is, small habits shape the new version of you. You don't just change randomly. You change through the decisions you make daily. A new you through the path of small habits.
This was the audio journey of Atomic Habits for you as a fresh beginning. If you liked this audiobook, don't forget to like, comment, and share. And subscribe to the channel, Audiobookarium, where you'll find more powerful audiobooks without boring lectures in a real and relatable style.